Well, collectors, here we are again. Today is the 29th of August 2021, and we got a few more things that came in this week. I don't think there's anything really high-end to look at, but I'm not sure because I haven't really looked at any of the boxes yet. But we'll see, you know. We can't just show you stuff that's real expensive. We can also show you some stuff that maybe isn't so expensive, but we'll see how it goes. I know there's collectors in all different brackets, so we aim to please here, you know that. So I'm set. I got a cigar. I just cut that baby here, and I got a drink here that I gotta taste to make sure that it's all right. That's a good start. Let's see how this baby is. Ooh, just right. Okay. With that, let's see what we got in this first box. It looks like some swords or something, but we'll see. These are always kind of hard to get open, so you'll have to bear with me here while I wrench through it, but we'll get it open here. Oh, not too bad. Oh, good. No popcorn in here, looks like. So far, anyhow. Oh, that's fun. Well, maybe I was wrong. There's not just swords in here. Yeah, there's some other things too. Aha. So let's see what we got here. This man looks like he took it a little bit easy on me here with the wrapping. Kind of easy to get off. And just a rubber band or two around this. So that's kind of good. Yeah, it looks like some kind of a police or SS Dagger. We shall see here. Ah, yes. Aha, that's better than I thought. It's a it's an SS enlisted man's Dagger, and look how nice the runes are in the enlisted man's pommel. You know, the enlisted man pommel is the flatter type, and the officer is a different rounder shape. And the grip is in good condition. It's one of those lacquered ebony wood grips, and see where the lacquer has worn off a little bit on the handle, so we know it was used. And it's got a black, what we think of as an early SS kind of a knot. Let's see, the scabbard looks in good shape. It's dent free and good Wotan's knot. Let's see who made this baby here. Yeah, real nice blade. And we have a maker mark. Oh, great, yeah. A Peter Dan Krebs. Those are always popular with collectors. And then what we see with the Krebs too, the scabbard throat is normally SS Coulter Zyken stamped, if you can see that. And sometimes the bottom of the Krebs swords will be stamped too, but not all the time. Let me just take a look on this one and see whether it is or not. No, I don't think it is. I don't see it, no. But that's kind of normal for Krebs. But that's a pretty good sword. It's the blade is in very good, very good condition, and the hilt and the scabbard, so that's something that I'm glad to have. So I like that. Thank you, sir. Let's see what else was in this box here. Let's see. I don't know why a rubber band can be so complicated, but must be me. I'm just getting old, you guys. You know. There we go. Let's see what we got here. Well, it looks like a pretty nice bayonet with the throttle on it, and look how nice the nickel finish is on the hilt. The grip plates are good. Oh, it's got a yellow felt in the slot. And let's see if there's anything more to it. Oh, yeah, there we go. It's a, this is a nice etch here. You have a helmet on one side and the German Eagle on the other side with the standard remembrance in the center. But what I notice on the reverse of this too, which makes it kind of interesting, it has a Paul Seelheimer stamped trademark, and this is a good one. You have to be careful with Seelheimers. This particular trademark, when it's stamped, is one you can take to the bank and not have to worry about it. So that's a pretty good piece here. Let's see what's in the next wrapping here. More rubber bands. That helps. And I must have been too long talking because my cigar went out again. But we'll do something here. I like this way that he shipped the things, though. It's still secure, but it's not a nightmare to get unwrapped. Oh, here we go. All right, we have an SA dagger here, and I can already see it's going to be a Sewell made dagger because of see the way those cross guards are swept upward. It's got a copper colored eagle in it, which you don't see too often, and a good anodized scabbard. And we'll take it out and take a look, and hopefully I'm right about it being Sewell. Wow, nice blade so far. Very, very nice blade. Good motto, all the cross graining there and all. That's what we like to see. Yeah, I was right again. It's a Wilhelm Kober from Sewell. And you'll see a lot of Sewell daggers that have the Gruppe mark TH, which stands for Türingen. And Sewell, the city of Sewell, was in the area of Türingen. So you'll see a lot of them marked that way. And you also see a lot of them marked with the capital S, small a marking for Saxon. So that's good. I'm pleased with that. Yeah, nothing wrong with that stuff. That's a good start, guys. All right, let's get another box up, and I'll get this wrapping out of the way here, not to confuse the issue, and save these rubber bands and the paper. You know, it all counts for the expenses. Now let's see what we got here with this. Oh, this is just, yeah, oh good, he sent a letter too. Okay, that's good. Let's see what this one is here. This man gives me quite a few consignments, and he always has some pretty nice things. So we'll see what happens this time. A little newspaper packing here. It looks like I got another free car waxing rag here. Something's in it here. Oh, there we go. Wow. Hey, that's nice. Wow, look at that. A naval officer brocade belt. See the beautiful gilded brass round buckle with the fouled anchor, and then the brocade has the slide and the darker square checkering that runs the length through the brocade. So that looks like a pretty nice belt here. So I'm glad to have that. Let's see what else is here. I think a lot of you guys collect brocade belts too. They're really pretty, and they're great to show off because they're really gorgeous made. Let's see what else is in here. Whoops, lots of rubber bands again. I guess this man must own some stock in the rubber band factory or something. I don't know, but it's okay because we can reuse the rubber bands again for something else. It looks like I'm going to get another free sock here too that doesn't match. Yeah, well, it's pretty good. Doesn't have a hole in the heel yet. Might be reusable. Oh, look at here. Okay, no great shakes, but looks like a very nice second model Luftwaffe in really nice condition. The white grip is turned kind of a nice, yeah, almost a golden color, and it's got a little tiny bit of gilt, I think, on the swastikas yet, and a nice scabbard. And let's take a look and see who made this baby. Wow, look at that blade. Oh, that blade is beautiful. Absolutely mint. Isn't that great? Oh, I love to see that, and I'm sure you collectors do too. And there we go. It's made by a Holler. You know the Holler company with that thermometer with too many digits to read, as I say in my descriptions. And it looks like all Holler parts. The scabbard is Holler. Holler was famous for using these headless screws in the center on their later stuff. And there really is just a little bit of gilt still on the still on that swastika. I can just pick it up with my eye, but I don't know whether the camera can. So this is a dagger in nice condition, and I'm sure somebody will be very happy to have that. Usually when we see these white gripped Luftwaffe daggers, they come from the wartime period, and most of them were made for pilots. So that's good. Let me see if there's anything else in this box. Oh yeah, oh, it seems to be something else. I got a good bag here I can reuse. Always appreciate that. Well, this is a very nice Army dagger. And it's something here too. It's got the hangers with it too. Nice hangers, really still crisp. See that? They hardly bend. They're still so crisp. Show hardly any wear. Nice grip, and really a good portafee. Nice scabbard. No lifting on it at all. I love to see that on Army scabbards where there's no lifting. So let's see who we have. Oh boy, we got more than I bargained for here. All right. These are generic A fittings, and it looks like we're going to have an etch blade, and we do. My goodness. This one is it marked? No, I don't think it's marked. I just put my glasses on here, but look at that etch. That etch is really marvelous. Beautiful. You know, it's kind of that Voos pattern with the nice leaves underneath the Art Deco open-winged eagle. And then on the reverse, it's got the same pattern, but nothing in the center. I just want to look I'm not sure whether this is marked or not. No, it's not. It just scratches there. So it's an unmarked piece, and it has the right hilt mounts and all for what we want to see with that kind of piece. So, you know, if you're collecting Army daggers, it's really fun if you can add a double etched piece to highlight the collection. They're quite rare. You don't have to worry about getting stuck on them if you just follow the rules that are in my Army book. As long as you buy these standard types that are all textbook, you won't go wrong. So that's good too. Well, some better stuff than I thought. I thought we were going to just see a lot of mediocre, cheaper things, and maybe we will. But at least we start out with some pretty good things there. I'm quite happy so far. Yeah, that's it in this box. Put all this stuff back in here. Get rid of this rubble. Yes, sir. I can't tell you how much fun this business is. You guys, you write me and say, "Oh, Whitman, it looks like you have Christmas there every day," and I guess it is a little bit like Christmas when you're opening packages and you can see the great things that you love. Because one thing about these kind of things, unlike Christmas presents, it's usually something that you really like to have. So I'm glad that I'm in this business, and I wouldn't be in anything else, let me tell you, because it's fun. Now what do we got here? We got a package from somebody in England, Surrey, England. So this person didn't put it in a box, but he seemed to have, this feels like it has some good padding in it. Well, let's hope. It's kind of dangerous to send something from Europe just wrapped like that, but in this case everything looks okay so far. We shall see. Oh yeah, he's got a lot of bubble paper around it, so maybe we'll be all right. Let's see what's here. He's double wrapped everything here if I don't break it. I can't wait to see what's in here. I bet you guys are anxious too, huh? Watching me lumber through all this nonsense here, but that's part of the procedure. Now, I don't know, there's something shiny underneath here. It looks like he's got the piece wrapped in tin foil on top of everything else. So maybe he did do a lot better packaging than I originally thought. Alright. So now I got some tin foil that maybe I can use, but I doubt that, but we'll see here. And it looks like a little letter. That's always good. Oh, he gave me his address. I guess that's where he wants me to send the check. You know how that is. Or in Europe, we don't send checks. We send them wire transfers because the person wants to receive his payment in the currency of the country where he lives. So let's see what we got here. Oh my. Wow. Wow, what a pretty Navy dagger. Look at the amount of gild all over it, and the beautiful grip, and wow. Yeah, that's a really nice looking piece. No dents in the scabbard, and see how the gilding matches all the rest of the mounts, the hilt mounts. That's really what you like to see. And this is one of those changeover pommels too that were put out in 1938. See how high out the wreath is that retains the swastika, and the recess in the wing curves. You can tell them from that. Well, let's see what this baby looks like inside. Wow, just as nice as the outside. It's a fouled anchor, etched blade, in very, very nice condition throughout. See, it has all the shading in the backgrounds, and that highlights the nautical etch. And let's see who made this baby. Oh, wouldn't you know it, it's a coral Eichhorn. So there you go. That's a really nice early piece. The officer that bought this dagger does not look like he wore it too much, especially considering that he probably had the dagger before 1938 because of the changeover pommel. This dagger most likely would have had a ball top when it was originally issued. So that's something I like. That's great. I will send him a check. Yep. Always good to get stuff like that. Wonderful. You can never have too many naval daggers, because collectors love them, and they're very, very popular. And prices are starting to go up too. Well, they are on everything. All right, let's continue along here and see what else Lucky Whitman got. Let's see here. This box doesn't weigh much. It hardly weighs a thing at all, and the guy spent 54 bucks sending it. So there must be something pretty nice in there. I have no idea, but we shall see. Yeah, his address is there. I don't want to cut his address because he's not going to be happy if I say, oh, I can't send you a check because your address got cut up when I opened the box. That's not a good thing. You know, you have to remember what the person on the other end is thinking too. He sends something here, and he's, you know, waiting for his check. That's why he sent it. So we want to make sure that we don't lose their addresses and stuff like that. I don't know whether there's anything in there. It's still so light. What the heck is this? I knew somebody would finally get me. A chicken. What is that, Ob? Do you know what it is?
Oh, man.
I don't know what that
Squeeze
is.
it.
What is it, Ob?
Because I'm making noise. It's a chicken. It's a rubber chicken.
That's all it is a chicken. Oh, it squeaks too. Well, there you go. There's somebody that thinks they're, I guess, playing a little adventure on me. But that's okay too. I guess when I do these emails, I'm kind of a public figure, and so you have to have some some things happen to you from the general public, but why the hell would somebody spend $54 to send me this chicken? Well, you know what? It's not a total waste. My two puppies will probably love it. But, I told you I didn't know what was going to happen in this box opening, so there you are. I'm as fluttered as you are. At least it's not what once was a live chicken, or it wouldn't smell so good right now. Well, here we go. I'll cherish that. That's something I'll never part with. Hey, well, what can I tell you? I'm embarrassed, I guess. Is my face red? Now, what can I tell you? I don't know what's in these boxes either. Why the hell would somebody send me a chicken, though? I don't understand that one. Maybe it's some kind of chicken that everybody knows about that I don't know about. I don't know. Who knows? Okay. Let's hope for something better in this next box. This box doesn't have the name of the person on it. So I wonder whether we got trouble here too, although it does have an address. You don't know what that chicken is, do you, Ob? No? Boy, that is... I don't get it. Oh well. This is a crazy world, isn't it, guys? You never know what's going to happen. Well, we got a lot of free bubble wrap here. I appreciate that. Wow, gobs of it. Let's see what's in here. Well, this feels a little more substantial than that chicken. And $54 to send that chicken. Wow. Oh, now what do we have here? Now this is, yeah, this is the kind of stuff you get from the families of vets. Do you notice anything wrong with that piece yet? Well, as you can see, these are Luftwaffe hangers, and a mighty nice set too. I mean, they're really great with the deluxe mounts and nice brocade, and they're hooked onto a late Army dagger here with a white grip. You can tell it's late on these late white grips. That they didn't even have time to take the seam off of the both sides when they came out of the mold. So that's, you can right away know that this is a post 41 or something like that. And of course the gray finish also gives it away too. They weren't silver plating them then because they couldn't afford to use the silver on that purpose. Oh, and then the runners come out with it. That's great. Oh my goodness. They seem to be seized to the blade. Wow. Well, these, you never know what you're going to get. Well, I'll have to do some diligence here and get the throat disconnected from the scabbard here. From what I see here too, I told you this was a late dagger. It's so late that there are no screws even holding the throat. See that? They put it in there and pressed it in. If the scabbard were hot when they pressed it in, then when it cooled it would stick around the throat. But after all these years, it looks like the sticking part has gone by the wayside. But it does look like a pretty good blade underneath those runners. So I'll figure out something and get this dagger back into action. It's not as bad as it looks on this video, I guess, but I'll figure that all out and get something going here with it. There we go. Oh. Well, let's see here if I can get them to go in there. Yeah, there we go. All right, I'll get that straightened out, and I'll let you know how I make out with it. But there again, we don't know what's coming. I don't know. It's still not, probably not a bad dagger, and not a bad set of hangers once I get it straightened out. So whoever this person is who didn't put their name on the box, hopefully I'll be able to find them on the email and send them a check. Not too much though, I can assure you that. That's not a real valuable piece, although I do like the hangers. Well, alright collectors, after those two surprises, we'll move on to the next box here. Let's see what this might be. Looks like a complicated one to open, but we'll do the best we can here. Let's see here. See if that does anything. Yeah, it looks like we might be getting somewhere with that. I'll try cutting right along here. Alright, perfect. Very good, we got a letter. I always like that. And lots of popcorn, it looks like. Oh boy. Wow, let's try to get this out of here with the least mess possible. Yeah. Well, get these back in here. We've got more stuff in here. Yeah, well, let's see what we got here. Looks like there might be some interesting things. Start with the big bag, I guess. Another guy that was wrapped it okay, but didn't go crazy with it. I was hoping for a matching sock from that last box, but what are you going to do? Yeah, this looks good. Yeah, this looks very nice. All right, I like that. Wow. I think, anyhow, I don't like the washer, but no, I don't like that. No. Nope. No, no cigar here. You don't want to see a screw in the back like that on a Navy dagger. That's usually an indication of a 1960s piece, and the washer too. I didn't like the looks of that. The grip looks nice and yellowed though, and the pommel looks okay. And well, let's see what we got here. Nah, this is this is one of the Horster pieces that were made in the 60s and the 70s. You know, they were a company that made naval daggers during the time period, but they also were trying to stay alive after the war. So they made a lot of naval pieces after the war. I think if I have that other naval dagger here that I don't know where I put it. Maybe it was in here. Let's see where I'm at. Bear with me a second here, because this you'll like to see this, I think. If I can find the other dagger. I guess it's tied up with my chicken. Well, I don't know where it is, but one thing that usually you'll see on these 60s and 70s scabbards, they'll be slightly longer than a normal scabbard. Let me just get a naval out of the vault. if my theory holds true here. Yeah, see there? See, the scabbard is a little bit longer than an original one. So if you forget about the one screw, which you don't want to see, you can always compare the length, and these are a little bit too long. So unfortunately, that's a dagger that's going to have to go back to the sender. No check for that one. Sorry, guys. Well, let's see what else we got here. Alright, this looks like a good accoutrement for a naval dagger. This is that inner belt that they wore, and it has the hanger rings built into that with leather. These are nice things to have if you want to complete your dagger. So that's a good inner belt there. Getting hard to find these kind of things. And let's see what we have here. Here's a this looks like the dress belt. Yep, nice dress belt with a good moor material, and it's velvet lined, and it's got the two lion mask slides that hold the hangers. See, they snap into that. So that's good. It looks like this man bought the dagger, thought he had a wonderful thing, and then shopped around for the dress belt and the inner belt, and it looks like it's got a set of hangers here too. Oh, no, these are not right either. No, these hangers are not right either. They're the same vintage as the dagger. Normally, not all the time, but normally you want to see aluminum lion masks when you have aluminum snap clips. These snap clips are aluminum, but the lion masks are brass, and look how crude they're done in the reverse too. So these hangers are post-war. So this is, and also obviously they were never worn. See how stiff they are. So this is a case where a collector thought he had a great thing here with this piece, and then he bought some other things to go with it, and he didn't do so good with that stuff either. So this is why you have to you know, show pictures of your stuff to other people once in a while, just to get an opinion if you're a little unsure, because I know when I write this guy and tell him that that the only thing good here are the two belts, he's not going to be happy, and he probably spent a lot of money on this stuff, and so that's the sadder part of the hobby, and it happens too frequently. But as I say, it can be avoided. Ask somebody, send pictures. Don't always believe what some of these guys may say at a show. Just today somebody sent me a picture of an SS dagger that the guy told him that I sold it to him. The dagger had a maker mark of Azo on the ricasso, and you know, we know that Azo never made SS daggers, and then you see where the SA motto was wiped off, and an SS motto was computer etched onto it, and the grip wasn't original. When you look inside, you could still see the brown wood, because it's just a dyed grip that somebody made, and the eagle was a fake. And I really hate seeing all that kind of stuff, and I do see a lot of it, but hopefully I see it before somebody bought it. But in this case, if the guy told him he bought the dagger from me, the collector's probably stuck, but I don't know. But anyhow, that's what we have here. Like I say, I don't know what's going to be in these boxes either, so we just have to have to take it as it comes. But everything that we look at, though, can be a learning lesson for you, because it can show you what to avoid when you're looking for a dagger. All right, so let's see what we can find next here. Put this all back into that popcorn. Yeah, his check's not going to be what he wanted it to be. I'm really sorry about that, but all right. Let's see what we got next. This box is a little bigger. I got to get myself fortified here after the last few boxes. It's they've all taken me somewhat aback. All right. This guy dropped this stuff off yesterday, and I haven't looked at any of it, so you're seeing it for the first time too. His father was a collector that I knew, and nothing has been purchased in his collection since 1975. His father passed in 1982. So this is stuff they've had for many, many years. That doesn't mean that it's good. Everything's good because they were making crazy stuff back then too. But let's see what we have here. All right. Well, first off, this is a camo helmet. Which I'll have to get checked out because I'm not an expert on camo. But just looking at it, I like the way it looks. See how the insignia was kind of scratched out where they painted over that, and the same on the other side. And this is an M35 helmet. Still has the chin strap. And the liner is pretty good. So if this camo paint turns out to be original, which it looks pretty good to me right now, this is a very valuable helmet. 1935, double decal, camo, good liner, chin strap. It just looks right, but again, I'm not a helmet expert. I'll have to get a hold of Kelly Hicks and see what he thinks of this helmet. But just looking at it, I think it has a pretty good shot. Let's see what else is in here. Okay, another helmet. This is it has the turned rim. So I think, yeah, this is an M40. By the way, you guys that don't know much about helmets, the M35s, they have the double decals and the turned-in rim, and this fitting is actually it's a separate fitting. The M40s, this air vent is part of the helmet. It's not a separate fitting, and the rim is still turned under. And then on the M42s, you'll see there's no turning on the rim, it's just straight. This helmet you would think would have decals because it's an M40. It looks like there was something here at one time, but later in the war a lot of helmets were repainted to cover the decals because they tended to shine in the sun and that kind of thing. It has a great liner, beautiful condition there, and we'll have to have this one checked out too.
There's a name in there, I think.
Is there a name? Oh yeah, I'm sorry, yeah. Yeah, it looks like in memory of my friend or something in there. First time I've ever seen anything like that in a helmet. Wow. Maybe somebody that was killed and his buddy took his helmet. I don't know, but we'll check this out. But that could be a very interesting helmet. So we'll see. All right, that's kind of an interesting box there. And as I say, nothing has been purchased since 1975 from this Militaria collection, so it does have a good chance of being original stuff. Let's see what's in the next box. This is from the same man, and I haven't looked at any of this either. And what he does too, which I think is nice, he makes a list of all his stuff and describes what it is, at least what he thinks it is, and it gives me something to go by. So that's a good thing to have. So is this. Now let's see what we got here. It looks like a multitude of things. This duct tape is a little difficult to cut. Oh, well, obviously we got some daggers here. Not in great condition, but it's a chained officer, an enlisted man's SS, and an SA. Let's kind of see what they look like. We'll start with the SA. Has pretty good anodizing. The ball's kind of smashed, but it's got a good early hanger on it, and the hilt's all right with nice early nickel cross guards. And the blade is so-so. Somebody has kind of went over it with Brillo or something and took the sheen off of it on both sides. It's kind of a shame because it's a J.A. Henkel's piece. They're kind of nice to have, but it's a good piece. It looks virtually untouched, and some starting out collector will like that because it won't be priced at a lot of money. This is a nice later SS piece. The scabbard paint is just perfect on it. It's all nickel plated fittings, and the cross guards are still nice and bright. There's a little tiny slither chip there in the grip, but the reverse is okay, and it's got an early nickel eagle in it with a nice hanger from the same vintage, RZM marked hanger. Let's see what the blade looks like. Oh yeah, this is a very nice blade. Just needs to be wiped off. Just got some old grease on it. That'll all come off. Look at the good motto and all. It really looks fine. And let's see, it's a RZM. Let me put my glosses on here. RZM. I still can't see it, but I can see the 39 date and SS underneath of it. That's an original dagger in nice condition. Just needs a little WD-40 and along the blade and get that old grease off of it.
It's 1198.
1198, yeah, that's a right number. It's a righteous number. Now let's see what the chain dagger looks like. This is a real early initial production example. It's a type 2 chain, all nickel chain with the blackening in the backgrounds. The paint shows quite a bit of wear. It's got some surface chips on the grip. You can see the fittings are all nickel, dull nickel, never been cleaned. And there's some more surface chips in the reverse of the grip. And the paint's not much better there, but Let's see if the chain's marked. Yeah, there it is. There's that SS Coulter Zeichen mark. And let's take a look at the blade, and maybe we'll get a break here and the blade will be nice. Well, yeah, just got a lot of grease on it. Nothing wrong with that blade. It's still nice and bright, and I assume it'll be unmarked. Yeah. Yeah. Now here's this is the kind of dagger where I get a lot of collectors write that I don't want a dagger that looks brand new or looks perfect or looks like it was never worn. I want a dagger that shows usage through the war. And this dagger certainly shows usage. Maybe a little bit too much usage on the grip, but still, a dagger like this, if maybe a portapee were put onto it, that would cover a lot of the sins, and you still have a really great chain with the great skulls and the teeth. See those teeth leering out at you? I mean, it is a real SS dagger. I mean, everybody wants a chained SS, and sometimes a lot of these ones, when they're in nice condition, are you have to take a mortgage out to afford them. So maybe this one will be better priced, and like I say, somebody that's looking for a piece that shows usage, never been cleaned, never touched by the looks of it, it could be a really good thing for them. All right, let's see what else is in this box. That stuff wasn't so bad, huh? It's just, you know, it's nice to see stuff like that. Uncleaned, untouched, right out of the woodwork. I love stuff like that. Well, it looks like we got some, oh, what do we got here? We got an SA. This is a very nice piece. Good scabbard anodizing, and nice good ball, and it looks like it's going to be a piece made by E-Pack. I say that because the cross guards look like Pack, and it has that smaller upper mount on the scabbard that you usually see by Pack. But maybe I'll make a liar out of myself, but let's see. Nah, I'm too good. I got to give up on this business. I'm too good. It is an EP&S. So this is a textbook Ernst Pack dagger. It's in nice condition. The blade again has a lot of old grease on it, little W40 or whatever to get the grease, and it'll be a nice piece. And the motto is still good, so I like that. Nothing wrong with that at all. This bayonet is it's a K98, of course, combat bayonet. Let's see, the scabbard number is 9607. Let's see if the blade is that. Oh, we got a winner here, 9607. So we got matching numbers. The bayonet could be in better condition, a little age here, but still matching numbers. And the blade is just about mint with all the blue on it. And what else is nice is it has a tropical frog. You know, this would have been the kind of bayonet that was worn in Italy or Africa, and the frog alone is worth a good penny. So matching numbers, and let's see if we can. Yeah, it was made in 1940. You can tell that because the 40 is up on the blade edge there. You see that? So for guys that like K98 bayonets, and there's a lot to look at on these things, this is not bad. Now this one is an imperial piece, You can tell right away because it's a little larger proportion hilt. It has 3 rivets holding the grip plates instead of 2. And also it has a little different lug. See that circular point there? That helps give the lug a little more strength than the 1930s bayonets had. Also the air vents in the grip, you don't see that on the early pieces. Yeah, the mortise button still works there. That's good. Well, let's see what the blade looks like. Ah, all right. It's a sawback. And again, it's full of old grease, but it looks in bright condition. It has, it's made by Haenel, Haenel, from Sewell. And we know them to be great producers. So that's not a bad bayonet. Somebody will like that. All right, let's see what else is in this box. Get a drink first. And I'm sure my cigar went out. Let's see here. Well, we've got a beautiful Luftwaffe brocade belt. That's really, really nice. With the gold droop tail eagle, and that's a very, very nice item there. And another brocade belt. This one's an Army officer with a round buckle and raised out Wehrmacht eagle. That looks very nice too. So those are pretty good. Let's see what else we got here. Well, here's something we got to get checked out. Because if this is original, it's really something. Wow. This is a Brigade Führer SS General. Those tabs really look good to me, but we'll have to get it checked out. And the boards also look really nice. The tunic has a lot of buttons on it. I'm not familiar with that many buttons, but I guess you guys that collect tunics would know about that. The liner is in beautiful condition. Oh boy, it's named also. Yeah, there's a name in here, and it's dated 836. So this is a real early tunic. I guess they wore these types maybe a little bit earlier. Does it have a SS insignia on the sleeve? Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, that looks good too. I know I got to get it checked out, but just looking at it, this looks this really looks original. I'm not too thrilled with the insignia has been hand sewn on here, but remember, these guys were promoted from time to time too. If this tunic goes back to 1936, I'm sure this guy wasn't a Brigade Führer then, so that may explain something like that. There's also 3 sets of loops for medals, and I don't know, this boy, this baby is very interesting, extremely interesting, and it's in perfect condition. There's no mothing that I see anywhere. And the boards I like too, and the back of it is also perfect. No mothing anywhere. Wow. Well, this has a good shot. Wow. Well, if you see it on my site, you'll know that it comes out to be original, and if you don't, you'll know that it didn't. But I can't wait to have this checked out. It really looks like a good thing to me. And especially since, like I said before, 1975 was the last purchases made. So we shall see. Wow, that is great, that thing. Ooh, man. Hoo-hoo. See, I didn't know this kind of stuff was coming in, so let's see, there's one more box inside this box. And let's see what this is. I think it's a better week than I thought it was. At least I hope so. We shall see. It looks like a lot of goodies here. There's a mine flag. Don't step here if you don't want to get blowed up. And a auto club pennant. An SA pennant that's really nice with the RZM on it. That's a good thing. A small NSDAP pennant. A small Hitler Youth pennant. And wow, this looks like an Army General's. Or no, it says it's got SS on the back on the RZM tag. Boy, that wow! Look at that thing. I never heard of the SS wearing gold eagles on their cape, but boy, look at the beautiful brocade in there. It's on a black background. Well, we'll have to check that out. But if that's good, that's another really cool thing. Okay, here's an RAD Gorget. And it is an original, but it doesn't have a chain on the back. That'll hurt its value, but still pretty cool. Here's a large, what do you think that is, a cap eagle for an NSKK helmet, Hub?
NSKK first model.
First model cap eagle, yeah, that's pretty cool. And some police, SS police type insignia, that looks good. An NSKK insignia, they NSK guys that were in the SS wore those insignia. Nothing on the back of that. And, oh, good. Some armbands. That's great. I love armbands. You can never get too many. They sell like hotcakes. Oh yeah, we got a lot of them here too. This looks really great. We got a Hitler Youth, an assistant to the Wehrmacht. This, I believe, is a recruiting officer. That's a kind of a rare armband. A couple of SA sports armbands. This is one of the armbands for the guys that worked in the factories under the RLB. It's kind of neat. A nice veterans armband. Wow, here's a nice NSDAP with a couple of really good rubber stamps on them. See if there's anything. No, nothing inside. Here's another one that's it's got a nice rubber stamping on it, and it looks like the vet wrote his name on there. He didn't want somebody taking the armband that he took. And then an assistant to the Wehrmacht. So those look like pretty interesting things. Boy, just a box full of gems here. Oh, boy, a nice Hitler Youth knife with good leather. It's got the L and S with the oak leaves on the back of the leather, and the scabbard paint is really nice on it. It's not a bad piece at all. The hilt is lovely. Just shows a little wear where the leather was, which is normal. Oh, Oh, it's just great. Look at that baby. Oh, that's a nice, real early. The early blades with the mottos like that have no ricasso. And look at that motto. It's really, really nice. And let's see who made this beauty. Oh, Gravasso. Yeah, we've seen that before. Yeah, this is an exceptional Hitler Youth knife. It's really nice. Wow, you don't see them like that much. Wow, that's cool. Love that. Oh, and here's another one. This one may not be as early, but it has really nice black leather. Good insignia and so forth. This one's just a little bit later, but this one has the motto too. See, the little bit later ones have a ricasso, whereas the early ones don't. But this is a very, very nice piece also. And let's see who's on this baby. It's a RZM 727 1938. So this would have been the last year where you'll still see a motto on the blade. I'll show you that ricasso if you'd like to see that. So this is a damn nice Hitler Youth knife too. Boy, this guy is good to me. I'm really really happy with this stuff so far, I think. Okay, we're moving along with this box of neat stuff here. I'm pretty pleased with what I see so far, but we'll check it all out, but I'm pretty pleased. Here's a that's kind of a rare thing, a Camo belt clip, or tropical belt loop, I mean. And I don't know what the heck this is. Something in silk and some kind of little banner. Yeah, that's kind of neat. Unser Troyen, Comfort, Ertio, Bin Letzos, Heil Hitler. It's probably something that our loyalty is to Hitler, but I'll have to look that up. That's a
funeral sash, maybe?
Huh?
Funeral sash?
I don't think so. It's possible it could be cut off maybe from a funeral sash. I don't know. We'll have to look that up too, but that's an interesting item. Boy, this guy had some pretty good stuff here. Ah, here we go. Here's a nice, yeah, very nice pink piped Panzer side cap, Army. It's interesting, it's got a red liner in it. I don't see any markings in the liner, but the insignia all looks right, and I don't see a problem with that. All right, and the last couple things in the box, another Army side cap. This one doesn't have the cartouche on it, but it still looks in nice condition and original. And this one has a red inside too, with a lot of a lot of markings in there, all kinds of stuff. So that looks pretty cool. And the last thing in here is an Army belt buckle, also with a tropical tab on it. So that's kind of a nice thing. So there's some pretty good stuff in this whole array of things. Do you like seeing all that stuff? I do. It's going to be a lot of work pricing it and figuring it all out and all, but it's all fun, you know. And I thought I got one more thing that I'll show you that's not a surprise, but I just thought you might like to see this, because the opportunity to see a dagger like this does not come along very often. So I'll get it out of here. Now, you ready for this, collectors? This is really, really something. What we have here is a Felternhalle dagger. It is really a beautiful piece. Normally with Felternhalles, we'll see a brown Bakelite grip or a wood grip. In the case of this example, it has an ivory grip. Now we know that Göring's particular piece had an ivory grip, but this is not Göring's, because Göring surely would have had a Damascus blade with a dedication from Lutz or somebody, but still it is what it is. The Göring piece has never turned up. It's still out there somewhere. But just get this thing off of here. So, what I want to show you with it, you'll see with Felternhalles, the fittings are all made out of aluminum. The dagger is very, very lightweight. It has the downswept crossguard with the SA runes in the center, and then on the reverse it's just plain. And at the top, the pommel eagle is really fancy made. It's turning to the left on the obverse side, and it's also turning to the left on the reverse side. Sometimes we'll see them turning in opposite directions because there were so few of these made that they were all pretty much custom. And then the scabbards, typical Eichhorn with the center screw in the middle, a nice pebble pattern with nice bands. And what you want to look for on an original Felternhalle, it's kind of a silly thing, but the little lines here that go around the panel do not touch at the bottom on the right side, and that's what you want to see on an original Felternhalle. I think it's the same on the reverse. Yeah, it's the same on the reverse too. That's just one of the quirks. And the blade is a beautiful, very long. The Felternhalles are a very long dagger, and it has the Alles für Deutschland motto. And then you know, it's nice. It's a polished blade. It's not a plated blade. And then on the reverse, the nice Eichhorn trademark with a white washer, and the scabbard is as light as a feather. It's almost like having nothing in your hand. It's just amazing. And then if you want to, I'll show you what the insides look like too, because it's an interesting thing. You may never get to see another original Felternhalle piece. So this screws loose, so it'll come right out. Now first, what you want to see, these daggers were numbered inside, and on the tang nut here, I'll get it right here so that the camera can see it. Maybe it's coming around here. There it is. I think you can see it. It's a number 13. Can you get that, Ob? And then on the pommel, on the edges here, 1 and 3. See that? And with originals like this too, the crossguard is basically hollow inside. Even when you go into the arms and into the quillen arms, it's hollow. And on the reproductions, that's not usually the case. And then with the crossguard, we have also the number 13 is stamped on either side of the receiving slot there for the grip. And these are mostly hollow too. the cross guard. And then on the blade tang, we also have the number 13 that's stamped. Now, usually, as I say, these things are usually with a wood or Bakelite grip, and this one is ivory. And we all know that anyone ordering a dagger from Acorn could have ordered an ivory grip with it, which is the case here. We don't know who the owner was, of course, but still, it's beautifully done. The way it's all carved to, you know, everything just meets real nice with the. See how that goes in there? I mean, it's really great workmanship throughout, and very well done. See how the slot for the blade is cut out perfectly, and so forth. So that's something that you'll very seldom, if ever, see. And I just thought I would give you the opportunity to look at something like that. And I'll put it back together again so I don't lose any parts. What am I? Oh, I'm doing the wrong. I got the. See, I'm trying to put the pommel on the crossguard. It's so easy to do because you think of eagles on the crossguard, not on the pommel. Okay, I'll get this right. Yeah, that's the obverse. Goes there, and the grip goes right in there. Beautifully fits, and the pommel slips right. I like the other side better, maybe. Yeah, fits right in there. The tang nut goes back in. And there you have something that I hope you guys can maybe find one. Maybe there's still a couple of them out there in the woodwork. You never know. I think the highest number we've ever seen on them is about 51 or 52, which is probably the number of daggers that they made. No one really knows all that. Maybe someday we'll figure it out, but what a beautiful thing, huh? Wow, just absolutely gorgeous. So with that, I'll end this unboxing video, and I hope you enjoyed it. We had some surprises, but that's what it's all about when you don't know what's in the box. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys, some of you guys anyhow, at the MAC show coming up in a couple of weeks now. It won't be long, so I hope some of you can attend. It'll be good to see everybody, and if I can help you with anything, let me know. Thanks a lot.